Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing my health planner layout with a fun theme for the first day of fall, so come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here ready to go, along with these stat stickers I made on my computer, this sticker set that I got at the Target dollar spot, this craft label paper, and these Planning Things sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, let's lay down some wax paper and get started on the design. I have an idea of which stickers I want to use, but we will see how we will lay them out here on the spread. So I grabbed this set of fall quote stickers last year from the Target dollar spot. I thought I might use them for more of like a crafting DIY situation, but just never ended up using them for that. So I decided to go ahead and use them here in my planner. And they are vinyl stickers, so they're not the normal stickers that we get in the Happy Planner sticker books, but still really cute and worked perfectly here on this spread. So what I had to do was cut it up because all of the letters are individually cut out. So I needed to keep it on the backing before moving it onto the page directly. So to save myself the issues of things not lining up or, just trying to transfer it from the wax paper to the regular paper, I think would have been a little bit more cumbersome without leaving it here on the backer. So we're just going to use that for now, but then when I actually place it, I will put them individually on the spread. I'm also using some of that craft label paper that I pulled to add a bit more color and decor. I was originally thinking to use them as corners, but then I got the idea to do just kind of smaller strips of them on the edges, and I think that will be enough to really give the added depth of color that I want here without being too overwhelming on the spread. I think using the corners would have just taken up too much area and made it feel a little more, chunky is the right word, than I wanted it to be. I'm also pulling in the stickers from the Planning Things sticker book I pulled. I think this one is maybe called Fantastic Fall. Of course, everything will be linked down below in the description, but I lose track of which books I'm using when, so I'm so sorry if there is a specific book that you want and I am not calling it out by name. You can always drop me comments below the video and I'll be happy to give you the details on anything that you want more information about. So I'm just pulling this sheet of stickers kind of in the same green toned theme. It's definitely a fall theme, but there's a lot of green tones in there, which I thought was kind of fun, specifically because this is more of a transitional spread, going from summer to fall at the end of the week. So a little bit more bright, a little more energizing of a color scheme I thought was appropriate for both my health planner and for this transitional period of the season. I'm also trying to bring in coordinating box colors that match with the color scheme in these stickers. So the colors that I'm really pulling out will be that kind of hot orange red, the yellow. I'm going to do an in-between orange tone, and then of course that green. I have two of the colors there in that same book, but then I needed to go on a hunt for that green in particular, and also maybe a better orange that's a little bit more saturated than the one I had pulled earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and put that less saturated one back once I figure out where I pulled it from. and then also bring in one that's a little more, like I said, more saturated, that matches the vibe of this theme a little better. Since that's my base color scheme, those warm tones and then that bright green, I'm gonna pull as many boxes as I can, but I'm probably gonna have to repeat at least some of those boxes because I didn't want to introduce any new colors. So we're gonna stick with 4 colors. It does get colorful, I will say, but I think it works. It's definitely got more of a gradient tone to it now that we're going from the red, orange, yellow, green, kind of half of the rainbow. That really helps it not feel as overwhelming with color and bringing in unrelated colors. So this is a 4-color theme, which is a bit much usually, but I think the gradient really helps keep it feeling cohesive and not overwhelming. So now I'm just trying to figure out where I want to position things and add in stickers. I'll be using the colorful boxes for my workout tracking. I've been trying to do 2 classes on a couple of days, but it just has not worked out. The class schedule that I'm following isn't really conducive for that. I'm just going to stick with 1 class a day, so 1 box should be enough to add in all the information I like to add in there. And then, of course, I'll have my food log somewhere, and then the stat stickers I'll put in as well to track my health stats. So right now I am building a gradient of color along the bottom of the spread using the washi tape. And I discovered this overlay technique a few years ago, and once I did, I really just love it for gradiating across my spreads with. It really helps just, I don't know, add a lot more color without a lot of extra stuff being added to your spread. I think that really helps, just make things look more fun, and again, brings more color, which for my health spreads I find is really important to help energize me when I'm looking at the spread. It just motivates me, and I don't know what it is, but it definitely is a bigger factor when I am filling out my health planner versus like if I use pastel colors or more neutral muted colors. Just doesn't have the same impact as more bright fun colors, particularly in this planner. I do like to bring in bright colors, and the washi tape down below really, I think, just helps keep that colorful vibe going on the spread. Now that I've got that in, I'm going to go ahead and lay in the stat stickers I have here. I pulled the 4 same colors as I have in those colorful boxes in stat stickers, and I'm going to align those up here on the spread. I do see a bit of an issue here with the amount of room the decor is taking up right now, so I'm going to make some changes and modify the position of some of these boxes just to make it a little more low profile. I definitely need space still to add in my food log for the day, and even though I don't eat that much these days and don't need as much room as I had in previous years, still I need that space, and I didn't think the way I had it before was going to give me enough room to track. I've laid those in. I think we are on the right track here with how things are going. I have a strip of brown grid washi that I'll want to add in as well, but I'll just do that straight on the page because I think it's just going to be perfect once I get it in, and I do need to make some modifications to the washi tape that I already laid down, as I'm going to use it both on the top and the bottom. So let's go ahead and lay in the base pieces here of this craft label paper. I got a huge, I wouldn't say huge, but like I think it's maybe 25 or 50 sheet label pack, and I barely made a dent in that. I got that a couple years ago, and I need to use it up a little bit more, I think. But it is really handy when you want to lay down just a background color. It's already sticky, and it's really good for like vintage spreads and of course these fall spreads. It's a really nice additional color. You get a lot of bang for your buck is what I'm trying to say. So I have, like I said, I think I've used maybe 2 sheets out of that whole pack with all of the spreads I've used it on so far. So it's definitely worth the money to get. You'll be using it probably until you stop crafting. So as you can see, I'm laying in the washi tape, and I'm only laying it down halfway on each side so that I can trim it and then again use it on the top like I mentioned. That I feel like is just sometimes the easiest way to get things done. I love shortcuts and efficiency, and since I had already set this out in this nice gradient, it really saves you time and energy. So I'm always looking for ways to do that in my spreads and keep things, like I said, more efficient, more simplified. So I've laid that in. Let's go ahead and start laying in some of these stickers now. I'm going to try to figure out how to best get off these vinyl stickers. I was going to start with the fall word of the quote, but then realized that the favorite word is a little bit larger, and I want to make sure that that's placed first so that it's all kind of in line when you look at it across the spread. And then as I was getting that ready, I realized that I had these black lines that I should probably at least cover up so it looks a little bit more clean behind the quote and is easier to read. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a white opaque pen for that and get those lines covered up. I am using a 0.8 tip on that, and I used to have a 1, but I've ran out, so using a slightly finer tip than I prefer, but it still gets the job done, just takes a little bit more effort. And now I am getting the favorite part of the quote laid in, just trying to figure out the best placement. I was going to move that a little bit more towards the right, but I think it just would have felt off, so I decided to cover up that 19 date there on Thursday and put it where I felt like it felt better on the spread. And now that I had that laid in, it allowed me to finally figure out where the middle point would be for this fall and for the rest of the quote. I've already laid in the fall word, and now I'm going to drop in these smaller letters here to finish it out and make the quote complete. Again, since they're vinyl stickers, it just is a little bit more tricky to lay these in because they are all die cut letters. So now that I have those laid in, I can position where those stat stickers are going to go for sure. And of course, having the favorite laid in first was the main point to make sure I had enough room below for the stat stickers. So I'm just dropping those in real quick. And now we will get to the final section here of decor and boxes. I'm going to try to roll these off just to make things a little bit easier. Should go pretty smooth. They're all in line, which helps a lot. I was getting them ready and realized I needed to, of course, black out the lines down here as well, because there's a lot of clear stickers here that will show those lines through from behind. The gray lines aren't quite as important to me. I feel like those blend pretty well, but these dark black lines really stand out behind the stickers. So I do like to cover those up whenever I am placing transparent stickers on top. And we're almost done here, just a few more. And then we'll return to the roll off here of this bottom section. And like I said, it should go pretty smooth. Everything being in line really helps, even though not all the stickers are touching. Did decide to make 1 or 2 adjustments as I was going. Just felt like there was a bit of a hole there, so I moved one of the stickers into a space from another spot, and I think that just worked out a little bit better. Let's go ahead and trim off any excess on the sides. And we're looking good. We'll separate out the pages as well. I'll just use my precision cutter for that and my little cutting mat, as well as use that for cleaning out the holes too where the sticker is overlaid. It's all looking pretty good. We will do this other side as well. And then I'm going to end up wrapping things up like we're done with the video, but I forgot to add in that brown grid washi that I had decided to do. So I'm going to come back and add in that washi before the video ends. Stay tuned, it's not over yet. I'll go ahead and get that brown grid washi in and get it trimmed. And once we're done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.